Hello Pokemon fans, Draspee here, and today we're going to be talking about the hype. I know, Pokemon Sun and Moon, we have typings, everything. I even figured out some base stats for you. So very quickly, with Solgaleo, we can see from the 212 right here, he is a whopping 152 base HP stat, assuming no IVs or EVs are present, which I think is a safe bet to assume. And then based on this attack, which is most likely a steel type attack considering it is only normal effectiveness, we can assume that he's a whopping 160 special attack and a 101 speed at least. And then as far as this Moon Pokemon, I don't know much about it since we did not get HP or speed for sure, since we don't see which one went first in this battle. But we definitely see that it has at least 65 for its special attack stat, assuming that we're looking at around 120 for the power of that attack. Now, the Aloha region has four areas now, and it looks like it's going to be real size, the first real sized region. And also, there's no names that we are officially coming up with for these characters yet, because they're just going to be alternately switched. And the Professor Kooky here and his assistant Lily look like they're going to be very popular with the fandom. One's really cute and one's shirtless. A definite thing. And of course, Hugh looks like he'll be an interesting rival. And then we got Rotom-Pokedex. Now, Rotom-Pokedex, I think, will most likely be a psychic electric one, or maybe he'll have a new type altogether. But a psychic electric Rotom-Pokedex, I think, would actually be quite an interesting mix if you consider the possibilities. Now, as far as the abilities stated in that, we have Shadow Shield for Lunala, and we have for Solgaleo, we have the full steel body, the ability. Now we know for sure that that prevents stats being lowered. Now whether or not maybe that's like sturdy and clear body combined, that would be an interesting combination of stats, especially considering he'd also be immune to poison. He'd be like the perfect switch in. Especially if he also had like an immunity to fire or maybe just like status conditions in general. That would be an amazing ability. There are so many possibilities. And so our Shadow Shield, I'm thinking maybe that's immunity to ghost type moves. It could be kind of like a bulletproof in a way, but I'm leaning towards either immunity to dark or ghost because those are, with the psychic ghost typing, those are its two major weaknesses. Actually, its only two weaknesses would be 4 times weakness to dark, 4 times weakness to ghost. If Shadow Shield eliminated one of those, then it would be an amazing defensive Pokemon with only a 4 times weakness to either Ghost or Dark. And Solgaleo would still be a pretty amazing Pokemon, but we might actually see a reintroduction of Steel Resistance, possibly, to how that works in the lineup of types. And Rotom is I'm actually really excited just from seeing this trailer, is we now know officially that Professor Kooky is probably going to be the most popular professor in the series. Probably topping Professor Sycamore in far as, I don't know, attractive male professor. I don't know whether or not people consider him that way. My guess is that he will be very popular. If you have an idea, then please comment below what you think of this new professor. But from what I can tell, he will be very popular because of that. And his assistant will also be pretty popular, because, I mean, she's pretty cute. And depending on how her personality is, too, that could also do a lot towards it, because she looks like she's going to be an interesting character in the series. And then the full-scale region as well. 4 islands, all full-scale. You know what? Even though these are small islands, the fact that they're full-scale, as in, like, everything is life-sized, is going to be amazing. They're not going to be cheating us with like mini ledges, mini bushes, mini buildings. Everything is going to be full scale. You're going to walk into the room and boom, it's going to be the size you expect it to be. No more weird size distortions. So that's going to be pretty cool. Now, as far as Rotom goes, I believe that this Rotom will actually be quite interesting since it could have the potential to be Psychic type, it could be Fairy type, it could be anything really. But a new Rotom Pokedex could actually be really interesting considering the possibilities. I mean, it will most likely have Levitate as an ability, but depending on the typing they choose to give it, I mean, Levitate, Electric Steel would be a pretty interesting type combination. Because then its only weaknesses would be Fire and Fighting. And that would put it at a pretty good defensive standpoint if that was its goal. But if it was Psychic too, that wouldn't be the best defense, but that would actually be a pretty cool stab combination. to be able to use moves like Psychic and Thunderbolt, or maybe if you even got its own special move. And it could have an ability entirely different from Levitate too. And heck, it could be a Ghost Steel type for all we know, which would be pretty sick as well. So the possibilities are pretty much endless. Okay, they're not quite endless, but there's a lot of possibilities for Rotom that we could be looking into, and we could see a deviation from the general electric Pokedex, electric, and then whatever the other thing's type is. And yeah, basically, we have a lot of reasons to be excited for this. We could look like we have an awesome defensive legendary coming. Looks like we'll have an offensive beast coming from Solgaleo with awesome switch-in ability. We have no idea what Full Steel Body will do, but it will most likely have something to do with status conditions as well as lowering moves, which would just be excellent. Or maybe it even negates other people's abilities. That would just be like amazing. Huge power sweepers would be out of business from then on. So in the end, we should all be really excited about the possibilities. Again, whopping 152 HP stat for Solgaleo. That's probably the highest legendary base stat we've ever seen for HP, and a whopping 160 special attack as well, at least. That is going to be pretty amazing when we see that, and yeah. So look out for that, and leave a like, leave a comment, leave a dislike, let's discuss our opinions, and please subscribe, and I will see you later. Out.